Well, today I want to talk about why I do my YouTube videos on this political channel. Um, I decided to start it back in 2018 during the whole Tommy Robinson controversy and case, and that's when I first started it to be a voice and just join in and trying to make the world a better place and just standing up and fighting, adding my voice to the many others. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to live in a country that allows me a voice, even though YouTube doesn't want to allow me a voice. So I sort of felt that it was my duty. After years of being afraid of politics and just sort of shying away, I decided to jump in, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret it. I'd like to do more because being in the political commentary sphere makes me feel like I am a part of something bigger than myself. I mean, as an artist, I've always wanted to, make films and act and do art and write books and be larger than life in that way. But, I mean, that's sort of a small way if you compare the actual needs that people in the world have, the need for safety, the need for jobs, the need for food, the need for, the crime rates to be lower, just all these different things. And I'm like, it seems sort of shallow when I'm just thinking of, okay, entertaining everybody. Well, how can I entertain them when they're suffering? So I'm like, it's a good opportunity for me to try to tackle these problems and be a one-woman think tank. So I definitely want to continue more in that vein as the one-woman think tank. And don't think I don't have a bunch of ideas of reforming society. And yes, maybe I am powerless, but at least if I inject these ideas into the mainstream of consciousness, the mainstream system, I find that often when I'm thinking something or I talk about something that other people are as well. So it's not just me. Other people have come to these same conclusions. So I feel like I am, raising my voice. And I think, and we all should be. We shouldn't all be just sitting back and expecting somebody else to take care of our freedoms. No, it's our responsibility. And another reason that I said I'd like to, originally I started off, like I said, with British news and American news. Then with the 2020 election, everything just sort of got lost. It ended up back in American news. And I do want to keep expanding and get back to the world news, so just patience with me. Hoping I'll get there soon. But the thing is, I noticed when I was doing my British news, I still do a little bit because I do comment on the royals sometimes, but I need to get back to some bigger issues. And I noticed that I drew a lot of comments doing the British news because I don't think there are quite as many channels dedicated to like UK news, whereas dedicated to American news. So I'm like, this is interesting. So I'm like, I'd like to also look into the other news stations of other countries around the world and bring relevant news up in my channel. And like I said, eventually a blog. I have a domain. I just have to start the blog. Of course, I don't know if I should move to Substack now. That could be something. So many decisions, huh? But I just felt that bringing another voice to on the international matters would be a good thing, another highlight. As I said, I knew I drew like double views with my British news versus American news. So I mean, if I start reaching out to shining a spotlight on some of the smaller countries and looking into their news. I mean, like got a list. Go on Wikipedia, wherever. Get a list, copy and paste. How many countries are there in the world? What are they? And then, with practically 200, then I go through and look up news stations for this country, news for that country, news for that country, and then I write down what I see come up. And I think it would behoove us all to have, like, in one place more, international news, because we don't hear a lot about what's going on in other countries, obviously, especially small countries. So that's one thing I want to seek to do with this channel, is to add more international news voices to this space. And I think that would be beneficial to everybody. And like I said, I'm sure the smaller countries are being overlooked all the time, and no one cares what's going on in, Kazakhstan or something, or the little itty bitty countries that we don't think about. So that's one of the differences I'd like to do. Give a voice to these countries and spotlight the news. What's going on? With the international news, you only hear the biggest things. But if we dig deeper and we see what's going on in other places, I think more people would be interested in knowing what causes and what happenings are going on in even more obscure places in the world. So, I know, big dreams, little time, but hey, we gotta keep dreaming, and someday the dreams will come true. Okay, thank you for watching, and just thank you for being subscribed, and just I'll grow this channel, and we'll grow together. Thank you. You take care. Let freedom ring.